So they heard that online.
All right, tell Lori. Good morning.
Morning, Lori. How are you this morning?
Hi.
Can you hear
I'm
me?
good. How are you?
Okay, yeah,
Good.
she can hear me good.
You're
Okay. So does it stay on while it's
yes,
inserted in there
yeah, you just
so that they can hear it online?
have them bring-
Yeah. Good. So convener script
That should be printed.
now.
Yeah. Yeah. It's fun now, so it's age.
Morning, Emily.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
I just wanted to make sure that you got my slideshow.
Yes.
Everything's in the right order.
Yeah. Yeah.
What is that? Oh, that shouldn't be there. There's no.
Yeah, it looks like it's an audio file, but I can remove it.
Yeah, we should remove it.
Okay, yeah, I can do that.
Great. Ooh, that's. Yes.
And let's this guy. There we go. And it's gone.
Yay. Well, that would have been a. That's
Yeah.
why we go through these things. That's great. Okay.
Do play unclick. Good. Think. Okay.
Then the only thing that's a little different is oftentimes I have a video at the end, but I don't.
Yeah, I saw that the prelude
So
here.
you can, I mean, it's a nice picture. It's not a bad, I think you could just leave the screen sharing on.
Okay.
That's okay. And then my other question is, I needed to see how this comes across. Sound okay?
Yeah, it's coming through really good.
Okay. I'm going to use it in the middle of the sermon, so it doesn't affect the slideshow at all. But I
Okay.
wanted to make sure that the sound was okay.
Yeah, that came through really well. Okay.
Good morning and welcome to the Unitarian Universalist congregation of Wyoming. Of Wyoming Valley. My name is Brian. I am the convener today, along with somebody else, so I'm not quite sure who it is. and I am the president of the congregation, and I will be leading today's service. I hope what you find here today helps you on your personal journey. And now for some opening words. Sell your cleverness and buy bewilderment. Do we have any new attendees with us in person today? Ooh, people.
We should have been a group that's been meeting on Zoom, and we're actually having our fourth meeting in person today. So, from that group, we have, Terry and Mike and Peter and Catherine and Kara and Meredith and Donna's gonna be joining us. And, there's some other people that snuck in that are repeat visitors today. So yes, if you see a new face, you know, greet them, welcome. We're so excited to be here.
Okay, so online, the answer to that question was yes, we have many new people here today. They didn't hear the greetings. Oh, sorry. Okay, well, there are quite a few people. Welcome to you all. Some of you we'll see afterwards for UU 101. Looking forward to that. Let's see, do we have any new attendees online with us today? Feel free to tell us in the chat box. If this is your first time attending worship with us, know that this is a community with diverse beliefs and backgrounds. We are grateful for your presence and your unique perspective. We encourage you to attend more than once because our services differ from week to week. And now let us come into a time of reverence.
I am grateful for the air I breathe, the orange trees and the ocean breeze. It's a part of me, yeah. And I am thankful for the ones who surround me, stick around for me, take a chance on me, a second glance at me. 'Cause there are people I've yet to know, and there are people I had to let go. But I am right here, right now, and it's beautiful. Just gotta search and you will find it. You gotta check on where your mind is. Just gotta search and you will find it. You will find it. I am grateful for a love that's free, the room to be the way I see. There's no chains on me, no. And I am thankful for the ones that came before, who stood their ground, the voice they found. I won't let them down, no. See, there are things that I've yet to do, and there are mountains I want to move, but I am right here, right now, and it's beautiful. Just gotta search and you will find it. You gotta check on where your mind is. You gotta
Please join us for the chalice lighting and the opening affirmation.
To heal and not to harm, to love and not to hate, to bless and not to curse. We light this flame of freedom. From all that dwells below the skies, let songs of hope and joy arise. Let peace, goodwill on earth be sung in all the land by every tongue.
Blessed be this time together as people of the Church Universal, diverse in our searching, but united by a common bond of love and acceptance. We give thanks today to the interconnected web of life, the holiness of the ordinary, the sacredness of each day, the power of love to overcome hatred, and the guiding spirit of truth, which never deserts us. We have been brought together as people of the open covenant to care for each other and the world, and for a purpose that transcends even our own understanding. At this time in our service, we will share our joys and concerns with our church community. If you have a joy or concern, please line up on the side of the sanctuary or select raise hand. And after we have heard from those in the sanctuary, we will ask those on Zoom to unmute themselves to share.
I just want to light a candle of joy. I wasn't able to participate because I had work, gay capitalism, but I saw all the people at the pro-choice rally on Facebook from our congregation, and I was so proud. Hail the doers. That was a hail.
Today's my birthday.
You know, when you plan these things, you never know how many people are going to show up. And I just want to thank all the people from this congregation who did show up yesterday. And it was a nice 2 hours. We stood in one spot. We didn't march around. And we had a really good showing from this congregation. And I want to just thank everybody. And I'd say about every third car laid on their horn, which was a good sign, I think.
Give a thumbs up.
Thumbs up. We do have it here.
As you can see, I don't have my mask on today. It's not that I don't respect people who do, but that means that I got a negative COVID test. Got the results on Friday morning, and it feels good to have a little bit of freedom. And anyways, and I also had a great time at the rally yesterday. It was a really good feeling to see all the people in the community going by and beeping at us, and to know the support that is out there, and meeting some new people that were really, I hope, going to become great friends.
So this is on behalf of Emmy, because she's too shy to come up. She would like to do a candle, she said, of sadness, and you'll be surprised why, because I know I always am. She is sad that her braces will be leaving her mouth this week. I know, right? But she was very reluctant to get them, and now she will miss them when they are leaving. So I'm sure you'll get over it just fine, darling. And this isn't technically a joy or concern, but because I was downstairs and I didn't get to talk to Brian beforehand, this would technically go in announcements, so forgive me. I won't do this often, but I won't be here during them. I just want to, maybe it's a future joy. I'm hoping we can get it going, bringing back the camping trip. I just wanted to let you know, I did bring like just a paper that you could fill out, and it will be back there. We see where Jill is. Yes, she's pointing. She's like my Vanna White. It will be on that table. So please, I'm heading out of here at 12 today. So if you are interested in possibly bringing that back and being part of it, it's just interest. It's like, you're not signing your life away. It's just like, are you interested? That's all we need to know, and how you would like to lodge and how many nights. That's it. So just fill that out before noon. I'd greatly appreciate it. And you might too.
I have a couple of joys and a couple of concerns. I guess you can drop a few shells. You look like you're itching to light a candle. You want to get over that itch and light a candle too, then that along with dropping shells. First, a shell of joy and a shell of concern. I've been seeing and running into more people, it seems, than usual who have political signs that I agree with, and bumper stickers and buttons that I agree with. In fact, I'm wearing one. I was cleaning out some old stuff from the old homestead, found this button that I have from a couple of years ago, and I started wearing it. I hope it doesn't offend anybody, but it says OMG, GOP, WTF, which my brother informed me WTF stands for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So stop thinking what you were thinking. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And also, I've been running into more positive signs that things will go well on Tuesday, but then there's also a shell of concern I want to drop, because I'm on edge worrying about what might happen if things don't go well. And also, I want to drop a shell of joy for my sister Marianne. She came in, she's been living in Arizona the last 20 years, and she lived in Florida before that. And when we were growing up, well, she was 8 years younger than me, but it seemed like once she hit high school, the sibling conflict started, and we went out of our way to aggravate each other for all those years until she moved out of state. And the last 20 or 30 years since she lived in Florida and Arizona, about 5 or 6 years ago, we had a conversation on the phone, and I was surprised to find out she agreed with me politically. And ever since then, we've kind of like formed a bond. So I want to thank all those people out there who I don't agree with politically for drawing the two of us closer together as brother and sister. And anyway, she's in from Arizona this week. She went to look at the house she's going to buy, and she's going to be buying it out in Dallas, Joseph Street, if anyone's familiar with that neighborhood, not far from the library. And anyway, I'm cautiously optimistic that our sibling rivalries and aggravations from younger days are past history. And also, I want to drop a shell for Mother Earth. Let's do all we can to save Mother Earth.
Is it? Okay. Ron? Margaret?
Thank you. Yes, I wanted to ask you to light a candle of joy and thanksgiving, because I'm very happy that Laurie Stewart was able to step into the breach and speak to us this week, because the speaker who was originally scheduled was having a difficult time making it. It would have been a hardship for him to show up. So I really appreciate Laurie stepping up and doing what I anticipate will be another wonderful service. The second candle would be a concern for a friend of Rob's and mine of, oh, I don't know, 45 years maybe, who Paula Rosenberg, who lives up in Albany, New York. And we've maintained a friendship with her for many years, but we were informed that she's in hospice care now. She has been something of a mentor to me because she has the same illness that I have. She had it maybe 5 years ahead of me. And she is slowly succumbing, and I'm sad for her and a little nervous myself, I guess. But I wish her the best, and
Her family.
It sounds like she has many people around her supporting her, and I'm happy for that.
Anybody else online? Okay, so I would like to drop my shells that I do each week for the women of Tanzania. I forgot that one last week. Ukraine, Russia, and America. It's time to end the patriarchy. So one shell for each one of those. And I would also like to drop a shell for the camping trip. It's something we really used to love to do. We used to go up to, I think it was Camp Lackawanna. And every year we look forward to it. It's a way, you know, we're an environmental church. We want to be an environmental church. Solar panels are almost on the roof. And so it's one of the things that we really did. And one of the reasons we wanted to move here next to Francis Slocum is because we knew that we'd have the green around us always and forever. So that was. And now one final candle for all those joys and concerns that remain unspoken in our hearts. Our first hymn is number 396. I know this rose will open.
This song is oftentimes sung as a round, but we'll just sing it about 4 times. And if you want to add harmony in your mind, or you can do that. I know this rose will open. I know my fear will burn away. I know my soul will unfurl its wings. I know this rose will open. I know this rose will open. I know my fears will burn away. I know my soul will unfurl its wings. I know this rose will open. I know this rose will open. I know my fears will burn away. I know my soul will unfurl its wings. I know this rose will open. I know this rose will open. I know my fear will burn away. I know my soul will unfurl its wings. I know this rose will open.
And now a time for all ages. So come on, Dad.
let me tell you the parable of the spoons. There once was a mystic who was fascinated by the idea of heaven and hell. One day, in a deep meditation, the mystic came face to face with the creator of the universe. And of course, their first question was, what is the nature of the relationship between heaven, hell, and earth? And the creator of the universe clapped its cosmic hands, and immediately the two were in a room. In the center of this room, there was a round table, and in the center of that table, there was a roaring fire. Over the fire, there was a huge cauldron of a seething stew with a smell so enchanting that the mystic was drawn closer to the table, but not too close, because all around the table, there were sickly, unhealthy, groaning people, each of them with a long spoon, long enough to reach the cauldron in the center of the table, but not long enough to feed themselves. And they all struggled and they tried hard, but they never quite managed. The mystic didn't need to ponder long to understand that this was hell. Instantly, the creator of the universe clapped those cosmic hands again, and they were in a different room, except it was the same room. So much of the room was identical. There was the round table, the roaring fire, the cauldron with that delicious smelling stew in the center, and around it, people seated. But these people looked healthy. They looked happy. In fact, they were laughing and telling each other stories and jokes. Some of them were singing songs. Some of them were just listening attentively. And they also had those same long, overlong spoons. But as they dipped out of the stew, they didn't trouble themselves trying to make that long spoon reach back to their mouths. They simply reached across the table and fed someone else. And when they were hungry, they had the humility and the clarity of mind to open their mouths and let themselves be fed. The mystic didn't have to ponder long to recognize that this was heaven. And the beauty of this story is that it isn't just about heaven and hell as an afterlife idea, but it shows us how we can choose to experience heaven or hell here on earth. And as a matter of fact, this story inspired this song. No one gets to heaven alone, to heaven alone, to heaven alone. No one gets to heaven alone. We get there side by side, side by side, side by side, side by side. We get there side by side. No one heals the world on their own, the world on their own, the world on their own. No one heals the world on their own. We're healing side by side, side by side, side by side, side by side. We're healing side by side. No one does the work on their own, the work on their own, the work on their own. No one does the work on their own. We're working side by side, side by side, side by side, side by side. We're working side by side, side by side. Side by side, side by side. healing side by side, side by side, side by side, side by side. We get there side by side.
I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. We will now have our offering, which is for the good of the congregation. One half of today's non-pledge contributions will go to National Network of Abortion Fund. National Network for Abortion Funds builds with members to remove financial and logistical barriers to abortion access by organizing at the intersections of racial, economic, and reproductive justice. Learn more at their website, abortionsfunds.org. The basket is right here to the right.
I have so much, don't know what to do. I have so much, don't know what to do. It hurts so much, just paying attention. Don't know what to do, don't know what to do. Wanna run, wanna hide, wanna get angry, wanna cry, wanna shout, wanna pout, wanna just go sit alone and mourn for all that we lose today. Oh, I mourn, yes, I mourn for all that we lose today. Today, it's overabundant. This feeling of despair, it's overabundant. It's everywhere, it's overabundant. You just can't get away, there's nowhere to go, and nothing to do but pray. Pray for sanity, pray for justice, pray for us all. There's nothing to do but pray for clarity and reflection to get through. Yes, we need reflection to get through. Oh, it's all abundant. The beauty's all around. Nothing but great abundance. The birds sing in the trees. The wind, it blows the leaves. And then we breathe. It's abundance. Just abundance that we breathe. It's abundance, just abundance that we breathe, that we breathe.
Today's speaker is Reverend Lori Stewart. She has spent a lifetime in the Upper Delaware River Valley, serving a community ministry as publisher of the Valley's weekly newspaper. She received her Master in Divinity from Star King School for the Ministry in 2010. She will be speaking on bewilderment. We will follow the sermon with a moment of silence for those who wish to reflect.
My friend Perry called me up last week, late at night, and he said he was doing a course on bewilderment for the Institute for Chaplaincy Studies in Berkeley, California. And what did I think about bewilderment? And thus started my exploration, only to find that bewilderment, especially in this time of chaos and confusion, is actually amazingly important. In this time of mendacity and chaos, where reality is defined and redefined through specific, inaccurate, and self-serving lenses, it's all a little confusing. It's baffling. It's bewildering, if we let it be. Bewilderment is a state of uncertainty. Bewilderment is wrestling with perplexing priorities. Bewilderment is to wander in the fog, seeing things not as you expect them to be, wrestling with inconsistencies, being lost in a sea of unknowing. Our world, all together, side by side, we are in a sea of not knowing. Take a look at democracy. Take a look at the state of the world. It's all a bit bewildering. Rumi, the 13th century Sufi poet, had this sage advice for these times. Sell your cleverness and buy bewilderment. Now what does that mean? Well, in terms of what I read, Rumi was actually talking about selling your cleverness, letting go of your cleverness, and buying bewilderment. So we have to give up that which we know. And actually, we were talking before the service about how much we don't know. And we'll talk about that more. In fact, science is a little bit in a crisis because there are so many things that we have taken as certain that are not certain. So we have to give up relying on our knowledge, give up the strategies and the knowledge that we have obtained and use, which we use to get through our day. Sell our cleverness, buy bewilderment, introduce more confusion in our lives. Absolutely. In this time of mendacity and chaos, the most positive thing we could do is actually allow ourselves to be bewildered. We have to meet the energy, this energy of confusion and perplexing realities, with an openness that is equally as vast. We have to be bewildered in this time of chaos where nothing is how it seems. Nothing is the way we have constructed it to be. Turkish playwright and author Mehmet Mirel Elhan describes it this way. Happy moments are time to be stupid, not be genius. What? Precisely. Happy moments are times to be stupid. I think what he means there is present, not figuring things out. They are just happy moments They do not call for our genius. They call for our presence. They call to our hearts. Because we cannot get through this time of chaos if we depend on our knowledge, or rather, our certainty. Our certainness is a false certainty. It is participating in a collective lie. In a time when everything is uncertain, we need to give ourselves the space of fluidity. And that fluidity is characterized as bewilderment. Bewilderment is our friend. Sometimes, or rather oft times, when I'm confronted with dueling information, I often articulate that I'm confused. And, and sometimes I explain, well, I'm not really confused because I know what I think. But there's these dueling realities. And actually many perspectives in that moment are true. That's why it's confusing. There is no certainty in my understanding in that moment when there are all those dueling realities. But if I allow myself to be bewildered by it, it creates a space of possibility. Space where we actually don't know what will come of it. And if we're being really honest, no one can really predict what's going to happen in our world. We are living in a state of dueling priorities. So the question becomes, are you willing to wander in this land of bewilderment, of perplexing realities, of confusing times? I hope the answer is yes. I hope the answer is yes, because if we allow ourselves to let go of certainty, that cleverness, to truly examine uncertainty, we will be authentically engaging and meeting the time that we find ourselves in. If you want to see what the fog hides in itself, don't wait for the fog to disperse. Instead of waiting for something to happen in this short life, do something immediately. Enter the fog. Turkish playwright and author Mehmet Murat Eden tells us. Author Deepak Chopra says that uncertainty is so uncomfortable that we need to lie to ourselves that certainty actually exists. But if we allow ourselves, he said, we can find a creative state of confusion that is incredibly special, and that is bewilderment. Ordinary confusion bothers us because people find it hard to live with uncertainty. Stress is increased if you don't know what's going to happen next, but instead of being an anxious state like ordinary confusion, bewilderment is the exact opposite. It leads to creativity, to wonder, to awe. If you are really bewildered, he writes, you will experience bliss. Alan Levinowitz, who's an associate professor at James Madison University, is also an advocate for bewilderment. He says, bewilderment takes time. It can also frighten because it means surrendering a piece of yourself. Our certainties function as nodes in what philosopher W.V. Vane calls our web of beliefs. Each is connected to other beliefs, all hanging together to make a worldview. That worldview, we feel, is essential to making meaning and taking action. So, when you challenge that, people dig in, they resist, they defend their cherished certainties, they deploy counter arguments. Nevertheless, in his classroom, he presses on. He and his students counter the counter arguments. And in countering those counter arguments, they achieve bewilderment, not linear logic. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it works. Our linear brains, we can list the pros and we can list the cons. We can weigh everything out. But sometimes the dilemmas that we face cannot be categorized into pros and cons. It's usually the big stuff. The ending of a relationship, trying to figure out if you should, pursue a different job, different opportunities. It is those kinds of big decision making where we have to check in with our hearts. We have to check in with our souls. We cannot simply make a list of pros and cons. And we have to take the opportunities to wander in the wilderness. For to wander in the wilderness is to let ourselves be in tune with where we are. To wander in the wilderness is an opportunity to move beyond false certainty. Certainty creates limitations. Bewilderment introduces possibilities. Bewilderment introduces a connection to a living energy of the present moment. Bewilderment is a liminal space where we enter at one point and we emerge somewhere else. We are at a fork in the road, Chopra says, and we would be well to actually embrace one certainty, and that is that there is no certainty. As Socrates said, the only thing I know is that I know nothing. Now, according to Chopra, once you've decided to be comfortable with false certainty, you agree to live a collective lie or shared illusion. And this illusion, he says, consists of a virtual reality created by our perceptions. Human beings are perceiving things, we see them, we hear them, we smell them. But other mammals and animals like bats, they use sonar. They're using a totally different way of perceiving the world. And humans, though, have the advantage of being able to name our perceptions, tell stories based on them, and we think about how we can actually upgrade our virtual reality. He says that that's mostly done now by science. Used to be religion, but religion had myth and superstition, so now we're relying on science. But what he's saying is the science actually, we don't know. We don't know what constitutes a thought. We don't actually know anything. And therefore, we are in this crisis because the false certainties are beginning to unravel. And everything living in the material world seems secure, but there's hidden flaws that can no longer be ignored. We were chatting, those of us on Zoom were chatting about fungi. and how it's a mysterious connection, and that it's a vast organism. Same with trees. There's so much stuff that we do not know about how trees, communicate underground and feed each other. All of these things crack us open and give us the possibility to be bewildered. Now, Chopra says that this bewilderness is not based on false certainties. It's based on reality. It's based on understanding that the way that we've constructed the world is actually not certain. And once you admit that existence is incomprehensible, you are bewildered. Yet your bewilderment is based on reality, not false certainty. Reality stripped down, strips out mental lockdown and is awe-inspiring. Einstein said that without a sense of wonder, no great scientific discovery is possible. And the same is true of other things that we find wonderful without offering a local explanation for them, such as beauty, love, creativity, natural wonders, joy, spiritual experiences, and really the pure bliss of being alive here and now. Bewilderment opens a way to this shared reality in the place of the virtual reality we have cobbled together collectively. If we cling to our virtual reality, we are imperiled by war, a despoiled planet, nationalism, racial prejudice, and worst of all, ignorance over what we really are. Bewilderment offers a creative way forward. And right now, it's the only open door that leads us out of our mind-made nightmares. Wandering in the wilderness allows us to flounder with confusion, to wrestle with our demons, to align with our angels. It opens us up to the current moment, and it is there that we can be effective. It is there that we can be authentic. It is there that we can be creative. So I want to just take a moment in this bewilderment for you to just reflect. Reflect on a time when you didn't know what to do. How did you solve your dilemma? Muse on that for a moment. It's bewilderment. It's bewilderment. Bewilderment, pushing us on. Cracking open doors. Cracking open doors. Cracking open doors. It's bewilderment, 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 pushing us on. Bewilderment cracks open doors. Bewilderment helps us experience how to maneuver in the world which we face that is perplexing. It is cracking open our certainties, our web of belief. Giving ourselves the opportunity to be bewildered opens up the opportunity for wonder. Certainty closes it down. Wonder opens it up. At this time of mendacity and awareness, I offer you that being confused, being perplexed with uncertainty, and being bewildered just might be the ticket to innovation, creativity, and the social change that is so sorely needed. I close with one last quote from Amet Murat Aden. There is a hidden message in every waterfall. It says, if you are flexible, falling will not hurt you. He also said, that is, if heaven is within you, everywhere you go, you will find heaven. So let us get to heaven side by side, nourishing each other like the trees in bewilderment. May it be so.
Our second hymn is number 21, For the Beauty of the Earth.
For the beauty of the earth, for the splendor of the skies, for the love which from our birth over and around us lies. Source of all, to thee we raise this our hymn of grateful praise. For the joy of ear and eye, for the heart and mind's delight, for the mystic harmony, linking sense to sound and sight. Source of all, to thee we raise this our hymn of grateful praise. For the wonder of each hour, of the day and of the night, hill and vale and tree and flower, sun and moon and stars of light, source of all, to thee we raise this our hymn of grateful praise. For the joy of human care, sister, brother, parent, child, for the kinship we all share, for all gentle thoughts and mild, source of all, to thee we raise this our hymn of grateful praise.
In things essential, unity. In things circumstantial, liberty. In things yet to be, courage. And in all things, wisdom and love.
Oh, we fall down again and again. Oh, we fall down over and over again. Sometimes it's not just a simple trip, it's more complicated. Sometimes it's not a simple trip, it's more complicated. We don't understand. We don't know what to do. We fall down. We fall down. But usually, you and me, we get back up. We get back up. We start again. We get back up, we get back up, we start again. Where we are, where we are, we get back up, where we are, where we are. How I wish we were brilliant, never taking a false step anytime. How I wish we were brilliant, always moving, always grooving to the beat. But we fall down, we fall down, we fall down. Fall down, but we get up. Where we are, we get back up. Where we are, where we are, we get up. Where we are, where we are, we get up. Where we are, where we are.
Thank you to everyone who made this service possible. Reverend Lori Stewart, Emily, Jill. Spirituality is not a spectator sport. As Unitarian Universalists, using your voice is vital to our success as a whole. Use your voice today to fill out the worship committee survey. Speaking of using our voice, we now have our social action minute from the Social Action Committee. Johanna, you're on.
Good morning, everybody. I'm still adjusting to the time change. This always happens every year. You may be aware November 8th is this Tuesday, election day, from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. if you turned on a TV or radio in the past 3 or 4 months. This morning alone, I deleted 19 emails from my inbox from candidates begging for money. So if you sent me an email in the past few days and I haven't responded back, I apologize. It's because it's buried in all of that. We will save campaign finance reform for another day. So today I am imploring you to please vote if you have not already dropped off your ballot or done early voting. If you have already voted, yay, you are a person after my own heart. I know many of you wrote letters with Vote Forward with the congregation, asking other people who are inconsistent voters to vote, and thank you all for that effort. I'm talking to anyone who is still unsure if their vote matters, and yes, your vote and your voice matter deeply. Some elections are won by a very slim margin. And if you're still unsure, just ask any woman in this congregation if your vote matters, and you will almost all tell you that yes, it very much so matters. A total of 17 states have banned or restricted abortion since Roe v. Wade was overturned. And Pennsylvania now hangs on the precipice of that. Your vote will make a difference as to whether us women have bodily autonomy or if decisions will now be made by ourselves, our doctors, and apparently our local political leaders are going to join in to help us with the decisions. So your voice and your vote matter. And it won't stop there. If the wrong people get into office, or further restrictions will be made as to who we love and who we're allowed to be. Your voice and your vote matter. So I'm asking you on Tuesday to please vote your conscience. And again, remember your voice and your vote matter. Thank you.
I would like to think that the men will also say it matters. I'm speaking for everyone, I hope. Okay, now for social, for the congregational announcements read by your president, me.